All right, team, you guys are gonna love this. All right, promise me if you're new or if you're an OG on here, just drop me a comment. Let me know if this is working. If you look at this first chart, we're gonna have another one. We're gonna break this down. I did a lesson yesterday. I think it had too much, so we're gonna go really, really slow, okay? So by the end of this lesson on this first chart, you're gonna need to know an A minor bar chord and then an A minor triad, the blue notes, lives inside of that bar chord, okay? And you're gonna need to know that a C major bar chord is here and a C major, the blue notes, lives inside of the bar chord. Okay, let's just do the quick overview. Okay, let's go to the next chart. Now in this one, we have two scales and they're labeled below. We have an A minor pentatonic, and then we have a C major scale, okay? Now the orange notes are where those scales overlap. I'm gonna break those apart for you again. I said I'll slow this down. I put chapters in here, so just rewind, grab the charts, they're linked below. Again, any confusion you have, you gotta communicate with me. You're not sitting in the room. I want to help you. This is how you start filling in black holes on the neck. You start learning the notes in a musical format. Okay, so let's go back to the first chart. Now this one I didn't separate out for you, okay? So you see the black notes, you see A, E, A, and then you see A, C, E. Now that's an A major bar chord, and you need to be aware at the very end, like I said, you need to know that there's an A minor triad inside of that bar chord. You guys that have been on this channel, or if you're new, I hammer triads a ton, and I always will, okay? A minor bar to A triad. Okay, now let's go up to the green notes, C, G, and then C, but C, E, G inside, that's the bar chord, C, G, C, E, G, C. But again, there's that shape. Now I want you to connect the dot here too. This is really important on this, okay? I'm trying to go really slow. That the triads are on different string sets, okay? There's 12 triads. There's 3 per string set. There's 4 string sets. Now to keep this really simple for you, this triad here, A, C, E, is on the D, G, B string set. So if that confuses you, don't let it. I'm just referring to the open string. So I'm on the D string, the G string, D string, G string, and B string, okay? But I'm playing A, C, E out of that bar chord, okay? You got me here? Okay. Grab these charts, burn this in your brain. Now let's just roll up to C. There's your bar chord, and then look at this shape. We're on the same string set, D, G, B string set, C, E, G. So if you look in the top left part of this chart too, this will be on all the charts. What I really want you to know too is how to make a C major triad. It's just a formula, 1, 3, 5 equals C, E, G. And then an A minor triad is 1 flat 3, 5, A, C, E. So we gotta walk before we can run. So here's a little exercise we can do before we move on to the next chart. I love showing you guys this one. Why don't you do the bar chord to the triad like this? Bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad. Now, I know it's tough. The muting, that's a great thing. If you do that for 5 minutes every day, your muting skills will skyrocket. Muting is one of the most important things to help you become a really good player. And I can always tell like the novices from the pros just by muting techniques. Okay, so same thing, C bar to C triad, okay? Then back from A minor to A minor triad, C bar to C triad, A minor bar to A minor triad, C bar to C triad, okay? Or here's one more before we move on to the next chart. Why don't you take a pick or your fingers, oh, there goes my pick, so I guess it's fingers for me. Let's arpeggiate it. Just the triads, just the blue notes. Okay? There's a great exercise. Or do something like this. Little percussive thing. I kind of cheated. I know you guys have been waiting for me to throw in some of those licks, okay? Let me grab my pick here real fast. So you got bar to triad, bar to triad. Grab the chart. Now, I need you to know at the end of this lesson, okay, this is your homework. You've got to know A, C, E is an A minor triad, and you got to know that C, E, G is a C major triad. Okay, am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Okay, we've got all kinds of skill levels on here, but it doesn't matter where you are. There's something in here you can use, all right? Don't let this overwhelm you. Get the charts. Burn it in your brain. I've labeled it for you. Okay, let's go to the next chart. Now, this one I'm going to break apart, but let me show you the master chart first, okay? So you see A minor pentatonic, and you see C major scale labeled at the bottom. I kind of put it underneath where those are hovering, okay? So A minor, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C. Now the reason the notes are orange is because that's where the two scales overlap. So if you look at the C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I just wanted to make it a little bit easier and color code it, not too many colors. I know I go crazy with the colors sometimes. You guys know me, I'm having a blast in Illustrator, but you need to know where these scales overlap. Now, what's super cool about this is you could do like a C major, A minor chord progression, and you could weave between an A minor pentatonic and a C major scale. All right, and what happens to a lot of players is they get trapped between the scales. So let's just see if we can create something. Let's just do a little demo between the scales of something we could do. Okay, we could do something like, let's do like the A minor triad, okay, A, C, E. Now on here I didn't color code in blue because that's your job to figure that out from the first chart, okay? So okay, now all I did there, I didn't cheat, I didn't use any extra notes, I just blended between the A minor pentatonic and the C major scale, okay? So another end goal for this whole lesson is to take that first chart with the bar chord to give yourself some harmony, okay? Or the triad, bar to triad, and then weave in the A minor pentatonic and then part of the C major scale, okay? Now, just to point out to you, teachable moment, the theory part of this is this. We're in the key of C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So C is the one chord, 6 is the relative minor, that's A minor. So these are all the same notes. That's why you see all these notes are the same. A pentatonic, you just take out a couple of notes. You take out the F and the B from the C major scale, okay? That might be too much, but see if you can do something like this. Here's another thing you could do. Create like a little riff out of the major scale, and then go into maybe like an A minor bar. So now we're kind of putting the whole thing together. So all I did there, I just created like a little funky little lick out of the major scale. I hit the bar, and then sometimes I hit the triad, and maybe I went to the C major triad, and then back down to the A minor bar. You following me here? Again, what you really need to do is run all these scales, okay? So let's just separate them out so you have a little bit of isolation here, okay? So if you look right here really quick, that's why I'm gonna make this really easy for you. So I showed you kind of the lay of the land. So here's the A minor pentatonic, okay? All by itself. Now remember, those orange notes are where it overlaps with the C major scale in that position. So just see if you can do like an A minor bar to like a little lick out of the A minor pentatonic, okay? Again, before you can kind of connect all of this in a bigger picture, you got to do little things like this. So. All I did right there is just that A minor pentatonic scale. So you got that chart linked below, grab that. You guys said you wanted me to tear this down and go slower, so there's that. So let's go back to the C major scale, but this time all by itself. I gave you the big picture, I gave you the combined scale. So you have the 4 charts. You have the bar with the triad, you have the bar with the triad, that's one chart. And then you have the A minor pentatonic with the C, so you have the whole big picture. Then I just gave you the A minor pentatonic, and now here you have the C major scale all by itself, okay? So look, just run it. So practice running the scale. So this could be like your warm-up, C, D, okay? Just get this going. Okay, so that's an exercise. Now we're not making music, but we're just getting the scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So now this is how you truly learn the fretboard, the notes on the neck. There's no black holes, but this is actually how you burn it in your brain, and you have it in your catalog and you have it on command. There's not just a detached thing where you're going like A, you know, you're not doing that. You're actually putting it in context of a scale or harmony or a melody, okay? So here's like a little thing you can do for the C major scale, okay? So, Okay, there, I just did like a little lick right out of the C major scale. You guys said you were a little overwhelmed, so I separated out both scales. So, but you have the chart where it has them combined and you have them now separate, okay? So let's get rid of this chart. Let's just do a quick overview of what we just learned, and then I'm gonna get you on your way. And remember, you promised me you'll hit that like button so we can share this. Let me know if this lesson was a little more up to your speed, but I really want to just get right into it, okay? So do this. Practice, I'm gonna get rid of the pick now. Practice the whole thing together, but take it in chunks, okay? So let's put the chords, the bar chords with the triads, bar chord with the triad, and then maybe a little lick out of the pentatonic and then the major scale, okay? So like this. So that's just one of a million combinations, all right? So let me know what you think. Hopefully that wasn't too much. Grab all the charts, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new. You guys are doing amazing. Let's keep this thing rolling. This was just get you in, show you some stuff, get you out, but get the charts, okay? Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Definitely let us know where you're watching from. Check out some of these videos or playlists I'm gonna sprinkle around here, and let's just keep going because only you can stop you, and you're not gonna stop. You're gonna keep going. See you in the next video. Peace.